Welcome to today's message. It's March 26th, 2026. The frequency of creation, really. So, if you are watching from wherever you are in the world, whatever set mind frame you have as of right now, I just want to let you know it's okay. Everything you're going through, it will be okay. This year, as of today, mark it in your calendar of you getting aligned with the possibility of endless future. It's not possible. It is so. And it will actually happen. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a priest. I'm just a shaman and trainer on my own. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second till they're coming by the building. I'm in the rooms. So as soon as they leave, I'll come back on. They're just checking us to see if we're in the rooms or not. Those who are not supposed to be in here. Just give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I'm pausing this real quick. Hi, I see you. Just give me a second, okay? I'll be right with y'all. They're just doing some room check. Just give me a second. I'll be right back with the message. Y'all can hear in the background. Just give me a second. Yes? Alright, I'm back. Y'all okay? Y'all good? I see there's 18 of y'all, and some of y'all said hi. Welcome. Sorry about that. I was trying to wait for them to leave because they do room inspection where I'm at. So, anyway, back to the message. Hope y'all doing lovely on this grand. It's a beautiful spring as it is, and I'm about to go running shortly. That's why I decided to come out early. And normally I will wait till my like this little reality pass by to come back on in. But I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. I'm not a high priest. I'm not a pastor or what's the opposite of a pastor for a female. I'm none of those. I'm just a spirit realizing its own journey in life. And I'm here to help those get in line with what they are about to receive this year and any other given year so that you don't keep um, going under consciously. When you go through stuff, you rise out of it quickly. So mark this day on your calendar. Put it in your notes, put it somewhere. Mark it in your phone or real life calendar. Have sticky notes. Have anything that can deliver the message to your eye. You need to see it physically. You need to see it physically written down in order for you to continue or have a mental note. I mental screenshot everything, um, and then I go back in the memory and remember what it said. You can do that too. But this is your year that whatever you planted in 2025 will now be harvest in 2026. Mark this day, March 26, 2026, the year of your creation, the year of manifestation. Some pastors I notice they don't believe in manifestation though, but they'll believe everything else but that. But I'm here to tell you it's much more than what they're telling you in the mind and how the universe and how God actually work in your favor when you get aligned. There are seasons where you're going to go through trials and tribulations with people and places and things, whether it's job, your old life that you had before you moved to a new city. But what if you move to a new city and you find repeated spirits, repeated souls, or repeated um, lesson? As of today, you will break that pattern. I'm going to open up your psyche for you. I'm going to open up your third eye for you. You will start to believe once you tap into you. I can't be you because I don't know what situation you've gone through. I can only tell you from my experience what I've gone through and how I got out of a nasty situation that didn't change me into a bad person, but it changed me into a good energy. During that time, it hurts, yes, because it's on a spiral, it's on a loop, and the way that your subconscious and conscious is programmed to identify something in reality that's like either pushing you on to an edge. It can be it can be a great fall, and then it can also be a great rising at the same time. Nothing that we go through as spiritual people is a coincidence. It's all part of the design that we created. So mark up as today, March 26th, I learned how to get out of the loop. I learned to let go of toxic people. I learned to pick a better crowd. I learned to create and manifest a better reality, all because I have discernment and I know the value of God and I know the value of my own energy. And I don't judge people. I don't judge other spirits who are into other things because at the end of the day, everything that we are learning is all about source. It's all about using and learning and becoming source. You are becoming, well, you are the philosopher of your reality. Now you are becoming the sorcerer of your reality. You were the magician of your reality. And you was also the high priest or hermit of your reality. Like consciousness goes through a stage. The body goes through a stage with the spirit as well. If the body is constantly changing with the spirit, whether it's through looks when you are vibrating on a certain level, you you will attract unwanted spirits because them unwanted spirits are there to develop your psyche. The more experience somebody else has had outside of your timeline or outside of their frequency, and you can recognize a pattern of the stage of consciousness that they are in, you have every right to help them um, plant a seed. You're the farmer, right? They're the customer. They're coming to you to look for a specific plant to grow, to harvest. And in that time, the customer, the client, right, will tell you, oh, I'm looking for a such and such type of flower that I can grow. They might not know the name of the flower, but they will specifically describe the, yeah, describe, yeah, not describe, um, tell you. Sorry for my speech. I'm still on speech problem till this day. Now that I be listening to myself, but it's okay. They will explain to you what type of flower I kind of wanted to grow. And it's up to you to give them that seed, to sell them that seed. Like, hey, here's the seed. This is how you plant it. This is what type of soil this plant needs because it's not just any other plant. It's a plant that has been chosen to be created. So when the plant is being planted, say the same client comes back to you like um um 2 weeks later, right, for more information, and it tells you about what the plant is doing, how it's growing, if it's at the root stage. When it's inside of the dirt, we can't really see the root being grown. We can only imagine how the root is being grown. Just like how our consciousness is being developed. We can't see our outside appearance unless we look in the mirror. There's a mirror in the physical world, and there's a mirror in the spiritual world. They both can coexist at the same time. You know, the more you reflect on the inner, the more that the inner is starting to harvest itself in the physical. So your spirit will try to match what like the mind is thinking what it might look like in the physical. Like if you want to start attracting good things, start wearing the best outfits you have. Start getting yourself ready. Look good for God. Look good for you. Look good for the universe. Look good for the ancestors. Look good for source. Even though source is in darkness, you have no way of seeing yourself through darkness, but you can see yourself out of darkness. And how do you see yourself out of darkness? How you doing, um, Rod? Nice to meet you. Um, give yourself time, just like how a plant grows, how anything grows on this planet is just like how we grow consciously. Some are more spiritually growing, but then we can be also overgrowing. So not everything in our reality should just be based off religion, superstition, and being too spiritual. Balance it. I got a little. Okay, cool. I'm gonna wipe it. Anyway, so I don't know. When you see yourself drawing and you look at the people that you used to hang out with, the places that you used to go, you ever ask yourself, like, why did you attract these people in the first place? Well, In a way, you knew that certain people will help develop you, and in a way, you knew certain people will destroy you. You kind of need both to balance a frequency of seeing yourself in every reality, in every dimension that you go through. A dimension is a space. It's not a, a it's not made of a specific place, like in the physical realm. It is a diamond, a dime that you can give through time and space for you to create and multiply of that frequency. If you can give that frequency, if you can give that in life and still create something new, then that is a dimension. That is something within the ether that creates logical time for your spirit to harvest. It's like a plant. What's the first thing you do when you plant a seed? You dig the hole, right? Well, consciousness does the same thing. It does not recognize it doesn't on purpose. It's meant to be designed that way. You dig a hole of which you can either lay in it or curl in it. And most of the times, when we go through trauma, we choose to lay in it for like maybe like 6 months on it. For some, it might be longer. For me, I notice when I go through hardship, I don't stay in it too long. Like the new me now, the older version of me now, it can just exit out of it real quickly. It can fix it real quickly, but then it can choose to let go of what was keeping it in that hole and not letting me grow. So I wish I had this back in the day. Like I knew, but then there was something in me that had to get in line with what I knew already. It had to keep awakening itself of what I knew already. So as of March 26, 2026, the year of creation, the year of the three, the time of the three. Anytime is anytime for you to create and for you to properly ask the universe, ask God, ask yourself, what is it do I desire this year? Like, you think all that bullshit that you went through doesn't count where you're going to in the future? It's the moment when you decide that you are in the future, that you decide you want to do something today. Not waiting on something for something to be hard on you to for you to get in mind. Why do you need to wait for you to get struggled to get good? There is a paradox, a paradigm where there will be a ripple in effect as soon as you say yes. And a lot of people can't say yes. A lot of people want to be stuck where they are because somebody planted something in their mind to tell them that, oh, you're never going to be this. But I'm telling you, you're going to be exactly what you see yourself. So have better dreams when you see yourself. So when you go to sleep tonight, don't worry about what happened yesterday. Don't put that on your conscience. Don't worry about what happened 10 years ago. Don't put that on your conscience. Use that as a spark of your story to get yourself in mind with the future version of you that is better, not bitter. Because a lot of us, we we lack of spiritual development. And now is not the time to lack of spiritual development. What we know is what we know. And remind you, not everything is all spiritual, and not everything we go through is all religion. So have some discernment of being balanced in the world. Because either way, you will still find yourself getting lost. And I don't want you to get lost. I want you to get found this year. Like I have. I finally found myself. I've been found myself. It's just that I realize I'm better on my frequency by myself than with people around me with no frequency at all. And if they do have little frequency, I have to still be patient in their reality till they come consciously. Like I have to let go of a lot of shit. Like I was like, I didn't want these friends this year. I don't want them this year because they can't even see me in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years with them. If they don't see me for that moment of time, that's how you know another spirit is just using you. Let that shit go. Learn to see yourself in every year and in everybody. Like the place I'm in right now is temporary. God in the universe is getting ready to move me. And I feel it in my soul because I have faith. No matter what my enemies wish upon me, I always say return to sender or return to them so that they can stop feeding their ego and start feeding their spirit. Because when ego is listening, when the devil is listening, so is the godlike version of you is listening. So is that energy. So is the good energy. I'm always having crowds of people going against me because I see a greater value of myself than them. Not that they're less than, not that they're dumb. They just don't know any better. Like these experiences are great. Life is great on an avatar. I'm so glad to be here with you. Be glad. Be thankful that you're in the rising. And it's a grand rising indeed. The grand is spiritual awareness, spiritual abundance. And then you can transfer these energy into physical currency of what you desire. You want the bag, you want the money, you want the 3 million in your bank account, go get it. Go ahead. Put your money where your mouth is. Say this year, I am going to win. I will always win, regardless. And I always do. I'll take my time in the soil for a little bit because I'm learning things inside of the soil too. The dirt also gives me knowledge being in it. You think that the depth? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This part is just for entertainment purpose only. Alright. Here's what happened during death. I kind of want to give you the fantasy like, but then I also want to give you the realistic like. So take whatever resonates to understand how plants and things grow the same way the dead grows too. When we're in the soil. And I'm remembering my roots from before I got here. My roots was the soil. My roots was the dirt. Because God made Cain or whoever out of the clay earth. So think of the time before the creation of clay. How you felt before you touched the body, how you felt before you touched the frequency, how you felt before you even merge with the energy. I'm thinking about those times as well. But I'm not letting it hold me back, or I'm not letting it identify the current version of me. The current version of me is the mind's eye of the mirror of what I reflect. So if the outside world is projecting, I go in and I project love and light out of all situations, out of all people, because you don't know what type of people or what type of spirits you come across on a daily. So don't judge where they are at, where they've been. Don't even judge them where they're going. Help them get to where they're going. It's okay. It's okay to be the farmer because when the dead is in the ground and they can't feel soil physically, they can't feel the grave site that they're in. They can't see it, they can't touch it or nothing. But what happens with the mind, what happens with the psyche, it starts to move inside of space and time. That version of itself can feel the soil, can see itself being in the ground. And it's not negative. Don't take it as negative. Take the graveyard as a rebirth of your situation. Take everything that is bothering, that is dying, put it in the grave. You can do this physically. You can write every negative thing that's going on in your mind, every situation that is negative in your mind, to grab a shovel, dig a hole, and bury it or burn it. That's why they have a choice to cremate the body or like bury it. Your thoughts, your vibration can do the same thing. If you don't want to feel a certain thing, and give it up to God to harvest it into new. Because this is harvest season. We started around March. Everything was dead during the winter because nothing could grow. Nothing. We was safe in the winter, yes. Lucky there wasn't too much craziness going on because God kept our mind frozen for and time for just a little bit until we got warmed up, until He warmed up the spirit. And how He does that, He warms us up in the solar plex, in the chakra. And then it goes up to the heart. We open up our hearts to open up our mind, to open up endless possibilities. Something that is so impossible for you to do will actually be happening for you tomorrow. Oh, I can't get that car tomorrow. Or I can't get that car today. But I can see myself getting that car tomorrow. Oh, I can't get my apartment today. But I can see myself getting that apartment tomorrow. It will happen. As soon as you learn that now is not the time for lack of spirituality, lack of discernment, lack of worth, lack of not knowing who you are. You know exactly who you are. The people that you're around are not the reflection of who you are, of who you are becoming. Because if you need another toxic person to tell you that you are better, then I don't know if you truly learn. Because once you are better, you stay away from those people. They might come to you, yes. They might try to um, set foot in your boundaries. It's good to step on the neck of the devil and say, no, I don't need you in my space. I don't need you in my corner. I don't need you to clap for me. I got God to clap for me. I got myself to clap for me. Because I have the energy of God. And and it's like the more you recognize patterns, right? The more you recognize who is spiritually gifted and who is just spiritually dumb. Like they're aware that there's a devil and there's a God. They're aware that there's energy and there is matter. They are aware that it's time and that it's space, but they waste value in the things of themselves to bring down other people. That is not peace. Being in peace and being in solitude is being in the moment of creation of three. This is the creation of frequency of three. This is your time, not theirs. Their time will come. You might have to wait a little bit, but your time is not. When you make a decision, so get in line, or the line will get in line for you. And you don't know what that might look like. So if I were you, I'll take full control of my own enlightenment. That's it. Good day.